Hey guys and welcome. This is IIzTrollin, and today we're going to be starting some Eastside Hockey Manager franchise mode. So there's a few things that we're going to look at before we dive into this. The first off is we're going to be using an imported database. It's going to be the NHL 32 team Seattle version 7.4 prospect generator. And what this prospect generator does is whenever we look at it here, it generates better prospects in the future drafts. So we're going to have very rarely, whenever you go through EHM, you're going to be finding your generational talents and franchise elite top one liners. Most of the time, you get about tier 3 to 5. So this more or less will give us a better pool of prospects whenever we're going through this game. So we're going to go through, start this up. We're going to be playing as the St. Louis Blues as my favorite team. And we're going to start off by going through these lists. So I'll explain each one of these once I get them all selected, which ones we're going to be using, and how we're going to be using them. Alright, so each one of these is obviously a different league. With enhanced mode on, it will generate each game. It will play out each game, so it takes a long time to sim. But don't worry, I'm not going to have you guys be sitting through the sims and all that. What we're going to do, I'm going to make cuts when we do trades, roster changes, playoffs for sure. Trade deadline will be one. The draft, and probably preseason. I'll be simming stuff and showing you guys, like showing how we build the team. If we do enhanced, it takes a while to sim everything, and each game from each league will be simmed in game. The players will play. With view only, it'll just do a quick sim. Basically, the players won't play, it'll just take the statistics and throw together a victory or loss and the statistics of goals and stuff. If we don't have a league selected, like we don't have Germany selected, there won't be anything generated here. No players, I believe, no league or anything. I've tried running with everything on enhanced, and the game won't even start up. So we're going to have to be pretty selective here. I believe the last time I tried this, I was able to do all these for the most part. We will throw Denmark, Norway, Slovakia, Switzerland, and there was one other, the Czech Republic, and Austria on view only. I want to try Germany, but realistically, we probably don't even need like Austria, uh, Denmark, Norway. So Slovakia does get some players, but most of these I'm trying like Japan. It'd be nice to have them in there just in case that random prospect comes in, and we'd be like, oh shit, there's a Japanese player, let's draft him. But realistically, that's not going to happen. So let's see if this goes through. So on this, we're going to change the start date to early start date. Database, if we look down here, starting database will retain approximately 82,000 players, 10,000 non-playing staff, and 5,000 teams, with extra 4,000 players and all that. Sorry, our puppy was eating something, and I was just making sure. What do you got there, buddy? Hey, come here, Hopper. Nope, he doesn't got anything. All right. So we're going to hit this full, and it changes the players. We're going to go to fantasy draft. So we're going to be drafting our own team from scratch. We'll leave randomized details off, fog of war on, disabled starting, and then we'll add key staff. We'll disable these. No, we actually do need extra staff and all that. We do want players on national teams, but I don't think we really. No, because with the prospect generator we have, it will generate extra players and all that, so we're good there. Teams will retain all the teams, so there's just more stats and all that. We hit OK, and we cross our fingers that it works. So normally I'll switch myself around to where I'm first overall, draft McDavid, blah blah blah. I don't want to do that this time. I want to see if we can build a team without McDavid, without a superstar per se. Now, if we do end up with the first overall, we'll end up with the first overall. We'll probably still go with McDavid. But it seems going later in the draft or like mid-draft, the teams in the mid-draft don't do as well as the teams in the beginning are in because it's snake. So first overall, we'll pick like, all right. So it goes. Where are we sitting? We're sitting mid-draft. So the first overall will be last overall the next round, and the last overall will be first overall. So it's snakes. So these guys are always stuck in the middle. So with like, if you're last overall, you get to pick 2 players. So you could like do a pretty good start there. Snake order draft, return picks to original teams, obviously, and we'll include prospects. Instead of doing 32 rounds, we will do 50. So it's going to take a while. We'll use which one is? What's the difference between I forgot which one. What it matters. If it matters for these, I think it'll be based off the teams. So we'll just tap OK here. Go down to the Blues. Put my name in, if I can spell it. And we will see if it'll let us change the birth date. Past experience, we'll just automatic that. I always like to throw in Sweden as a second nationality. We'll just throw rec player in. We will be turning off GM sacking though. So we're gonna hit that OK. The girls are playing. So sorry if you guys can hear them. But 'tis alive. So, we'll finish this up. Welcome to the St. Louis Blues. Welcome to St. Louis Blues, founded in 1967, who, by the way, are playing in their first playoffs, or Stanley Cup Finals today, July, whatever fucking month it is, June 1st. This is Game 3 against the Boston Bruins. This is their fourth time in the Cup, hasn't been since their first 3 years, which, if we're realistic, it doesn't count, since they're an expansion team, and the expansion teams all were in one division, and the original 6 were all in one division. So whoever won the original 6 division title was going to win the Stanley Cup that year. Anyway, I digress. We play our home games at the 21,000 capacity Enterprise Center in St. Louis, Missouri. Blues play in the Central Division of the National Hockey League. The rivals with Detroit Red Wings, and Chicago Blackhawks, and the Kansas City Scouts are passionate and storied. Passionate and storied. The fans will be expecting us to perform to a high capacity in these games. An organization is yet to win a championship, but has made the finals 3 times, most recently in 1970. We'll just ignore that bottom part, because this is going to be changing. We have farm affiliations with San Antonio Rampage and Tusa Oilers. He's eating his food, that's why I keep hearing him crunch. Where players may be assigned from your roster. St. Louis Blues director expects to reach the playoffs this season. Well, they're indifferent about me. Fantasy draft start, schedule released. So, it's been about 8 minutes. We'll do the first couple rounds in this video. We'll get a little bit out of the way. And we'll finish up all of it in the next one. So, where are we drafting again? Hopper, stop. Give me my shoe back! God, he's been eating my damn shoes. Alright, who's going first overall in the fantasy draft in 2018? Is it going to be Connor McDavid, Sidney Crosby, or again, I can't say his name, Malakin? And what the who is this? Way off the board, Ty Dellandre. They pick up a 17-year-old that doesn't have any statistics on him. Interesting. I guess this is also considered the entry draft. Okay. Well, that was way off the board. Second overall going to the Jets, and they pick up Barrett. What is going on? Another random guy. All right. So two random people, not who I expected to go, with the third overall. The Bruins selects Connor McDavid. Congratulations, Bruin. You guys have picked up the best player in the NHL. Look at his statistics. Insane. But it took him. Ducks and the Jets just blew it. Completely blew it. For the fourth overall, the Buffalo Sabres are going to pick up Sidney Crosby. And the Flames for fifth, Evgeny Malkin. Hurricanes, Nathan McKinnon. Nice pick. Blackhawks, Ty Smith. Some random guy. Way out there. Eighth overall, the Avalanche pick up Alexander Barkov. Pretty good pickup for them. The ninth overall, the Blue Jackets go with Erik Karlsson. Stars will go with Alexander Ovechkin. Well, we're running out of players for us. I completely forgot where we drafted, though, which kind of sucks. 11th overall, Alex DeBrincat. 12th for the Oilers, Tyson Joust. Decent. 13th overall for the Panthers, Cale Makar. Drafted by the Avalanche, 4th overall in 2017, and what is it? Then did they pick him? No, it's the Panthers. The Kings will go with Seth Jones. The Wild will go with Austin Matthews. So there goes another great center off the board. Canadians, Jack Eichel. Predators, Ivan Provalov. I don't know how to say his last name. Devils, Nolan Patrick. Islanders, Casey Middlestat. Rangers, Patrice Bergeron. Senators, Patrick Laine. Flyers, Jet Wu. Nothing on this kid. He is a mystery. Drafted second round. They picked. Alright, let's look at this really fast. So, the Canucks in 2018 picked him in the second round, number 37th overall. With all these players available, Taylor Hall, Patrick Kane, Kopitar, Tavares, Kessel, all these. All of them. Pecorine. The Flyers draft Jet Wu. Wow. I'm expecting their team to be horrible this year with that first pick. The Coyotes go with Hampus Lindholm. Don't know who that is. Penguins, Drew Doughty. Sharks, Jarrett Anderson Dolan. So, yet again, another player drafted in the second round of last year's draft is picked right away. I digress. Kucherov. We could that 9 mil cap though right off the bat. Do I make all the Blues fans sad out there and go with Patrick Kane? That's a big nope for me because of his contract. Tavares wouldn't be bad, but he's a bit older. They're all wanting me to go with Claude Giroux. I mean, he would make a great backbone for the team, but I don't think it's going to happen that way. We should pick up a center right off the bat. Centers are one of the most important roles. Or goalie, let's see. Ooh, there's some good goalies available, but we don't want to pick up Bravosky because he's going to go. No. There's really not that many. Not a goalie has been drafted yet, so we could just, grab the best goalie available. And if I was. Too old, too old, too old, too old, old. We'll put Gibson on the back burner. Valesky is pretty young. Hollaback. Not good enough for me. Wait. So, he has a two-way contract? That's kind of insane. You don't see many of them nowadays. Murray might be the pick here. Throw Murray on our short list and go look at some centers. So that's why they're saying Claude Giroux. Seguin. Backstrom, 30 though. Seguin's 26. We would not go with Ben. He just disappears in the playoffs. Seguin though, Seguin though would not be a bad choice. We'll throw Seguin on our short list. Nylander. Interesting. O'Reilly. I mean, he's good, but... So, I guess we should take a step back and look at what kind of team do we want to start off with. Do we want a young team that will take some time to grow, or do we want an older team that will compete right away? I'd like to build teams. I mean, if we go with a young team, Seguin and like O'Reilly, 1 year apart, that's not too bad. I would like to try and keep it in the, if they're for the older players, max age of 27. So like, I know it would be really nice to have like Kane or Taves or somebody like that, but let's realistically, they're a bit too old for fantasy draft. Let's see what wingers are available. Kucherov, Taylor Hall. 2 years left on his contract. Kessel's too old for my taste. Don't want Rat. Brett Burns. God, way too old. Johnny Hockey. Stamkos is still available. 28, 1 year over what I'd like. Probably already declining. His determination's up there, but work rate's not too good. See, he's still a little bit of growth, like 2 years of growth, so he could become a franchise still. Now, Tarasenko. We know how he is. If he's available on my next pick, we're just throwing I can't throw him on our short list. Okay. Aho. Aho might be the pick. He might be the pick here. 20 years old. He's going to get a good payday. But that work rate and determination with already good stats. His physical isn't the best, but he's still young, so he's got time to grow that. I think Aho is the pick here. Young. Good. Yeah. Let's compare Aho and Clayton Color. So Color's better with deflections, worse at checking, better at deking, worse at face-offs, better at hitting, worse off the puck, but that really 1, 2, 3, that yet. Worse at checking, positioning, really bad at that. Slap shot doesn't matter. Stick hand, those are so close. Aho has 99 anticipation, which is pretty good. But Keller has 99 creativity. Determination is close. Aho has a better work rate and is better teamwork. I think we're going to Aho. Where do you go? They're both getting paid, but we're going to Aho with our first pick. The St. Louis Blues would like to thank the NHL Fantasy Draft in selecting our first pick, 26th overall, of Sebastian Aho. Welcome to the team, kid. Whoa. The Lightning with their pick selects Nikita Kucherov. Maple Leafs, wow, go figure. Canucks, Claude Giroux. Capitals, Shea Bowers. I mean, all these picks available, and you go with him. The Seattle Totems with their pick select Mitch Marner. And as a 32nd overall for the first round of the fantasy draft, the Golden Knights are proud to select Michael Rasmussen. Decent pick. Couple years left. So that's how it's going to go for it. We're going to stop the video here. I'm going to go through, look at some players, add them to the short list of what we think we want, and try and build a team around that. There has yet to be a goalie selected, and because of where we picked 26, will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7th. So it'll be the 26th and the 7th of every draft, or every round. The odd rounds were 26th, the even rounds were 27th. So now here's the tough part. Could we wait for Matt Murray? I'll let you guys think on that. This is IIzTrollin, and I'll see you next time. Peace out.